YouTube. Let's clean some guns. So, we just cleaned the 40. I know, yeah, you see it. You see it. You feel me? Butter. Butter. We're gonna do the dagger next. Dagger. I need to put that back plate back on there because took it to the range, it got dropped and my sight cracked, and then when I got home my sight just fell off. So I'm gonna put that back plate back on there, but let's clear up. Clear. No, right back. Okay. Let's try that one more time. I think it's my muzzle device, I want to say, my single port. Okay. Cool, we'll do the dagger another time. That's fine. 10mm. We'll do the 10mm Smith & Wesson. Hot. So now we are clear. Let me drop our tab here. There we go, tab dropped. I mean, as you can see, it's not that bad. Honestly, it's really not. It's not that bad. And then my O-light on there, you know. Let's see. All right. So, if you've never cleaned a gun before, obviously, as you've just seen me do with all three of these guns, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure they're clear, or if they're not, clear them. You know, that's a must, because obviously, well, I'm not gonna say all guns, with most guns, in order to actually take your gun down, you're gonna have to press the trigger. So, you know, you wanna make sure there's nothing in the head when you press the trigger, because that could end bad. Yeah, so clear, obviously, broken down. Then when you get to your internals, it should look like this. I don't know if you got a special competition gun or, you know, whatever, but it should look like this. You should have your spring, you should have your barrel, and two separate pieces, as it should look to you, two separate pieces. You're gonna grab the spring, the back of it, not the front, obviously, because how's it gonna move? Gonna grab the back, pull upwards. Like, I'm obviously not showing that well. Pull upwards and out. Same with the barrel. You're gonna grab the back, not the front, because how is it gonna move? You're gonna grab the back, upwards and out. That is your slide. This is your slide. On this, if you want to take this down and field strip it and clean all of your parts and components, you will need a punch set, unless you are Wolverine and you can do it with your bare hands and nails. But you should require a punch set, and I will show y'all that in another video. We're just doing basic cleaning, you know, nothing too pizzazzed. We ain't doing all of that. But yeah, nothing to really take down on this, unless you're gonna take your weapon light off, and you know, but you know, yeah. So typically you would use dirty white tee, some board cleaner, whatever board cleaner of your choice, whatever you choose, and gun oil. Simple, the basics. You could get more in depth and you can go cotton swabs, you can go cotton patches, you can get a whole set of cleaning tools and brushes and little things, but it's a personal preference thing. Same with the gloves. You don't need them. I mean, there are a lot of chemicals, lead, and all these different, micro stuff that will get into your skin, obviously. So probably better to have gloves. But like I said, personal preference, whatever floats your boat. Do what makes you happy. Yeah. Board cleaner. That's like the main component that we're gonna be using here. So we're gonna take like a brush. It can be an old toothbrush. It can be one of these brushes that you would typically find at like a gun range, any gun store. I know if you go to like Academy or like Bass Pro, they're literally up there at the counter, just in a jar. You know what I'm saying? They're like $2, $1. I mean, it's whatever. But one of these brushes for sure. You're gonna dip, swirl. You're gonna hold it like this and just brush it. Really simple. You're not putting no force behind it, just basically letting the brush do its work and knock whatever's possibly in here, whatever dirt loose or whatever, get it up out of there. But you do want to make sure that you're rotating it. That way you get every side of the cylinder or the spring. But it's cylindrical. You know what I mean. Yeah. I like to do it a couple times just because, how can I really be sure that I've hit every single spot unless I do it a couple times? Just do it a couple times. Nothing wrong with it. Repetition creates mastery. There's nothing wrong with it. There you go. You'll put that down. I like to move on to this next. We go smallest pieces up into the bigger pieces. It just makes the most sense in my opinion. Same thing. Little dippy dab of the board cleaner. And this actually, because your barrels have a spin in them. That's the terminology I'm gonna use. I know there's a better terminology for what I'm trying to describe, but I'm gonna use the word spin because when you push this tool in there, I don't know if you notice, it's spinning. You see that? It's spinning, And then when you pull it out, it also spins back the other way. Spinning, it's gonna spin. Gotta let it do that. Because if you use a brush that is, for one, too hard or too aggressive for your barrel, you can end up scarring the inside of your barrel and actually mess with the rifling. That's the word. That's the word that I was using. Spin, rifling, there you go. But yeah, if you use a brush that's too hard, you can end up scarring the inside of your barrel and mess with the rifling of your barrel, and that will obviously throw your shots off. Good luck holding zero, buddy. Yeah, so just hit that a couple times. I don't know if y'all can see in there, but yeah. You see those like little grooves? Hold on, shaky hand, calm down. See those little grooves? Wifey in the background killing me. So yeah, got those two little pieces knocked out. Now we gonna move on to the upper slot. It's really just a really repetitive process. I'm gonna take that same brush, dip in a board cleaner, and now we, clean the inside and outside of this. Simple. And that's where this brush specifically, like versus like a old toothbrush, this brush actually has like a groove, and then the opposite side is really, really good for getting in like these little grooves on the side right here. I don't know if you can see up in there. There's like a groove on the side right there. So you can just stick it like right in the groove and just run it in. I mean, perfect. It's literally perfect for that. So that's one reason why I would recommend actually getting one of these brushes, or actually a couple of them, because I just grabbed a handful of them, because they get lost very easily. I mean, very easily. Just clean the key areas, you know, key areas. Because you should mostly be able to see it. Like, that's a good thing with the white gloves. If I run my finger, I can see it. I can see where the dirt is, you know. It's obviously not that dirty, like I just said in the beginning. But even that small little black spot, you can see it. There's clearly dirt there. And once again, the benefit of having the different sizes, I can just flip it and go right in the front. Because if I try to do it with this one, we get stuck, you see? So go right in the front. And it's smaller. Yeah. And then we'll move on to the receiver. Or if you want to be basic, just call it the lower half. I mean, you guys be very like killer about the terminology when it comes to like firearms and, you know, parts and pieces and components and all that lovely jazz, but it don't gotta be all of that. Like how I said a cylinder, it is cylindrical, so like, you know, you feel me, it works as long as the people understand what you mean. Obviously, like me being an instructor, I'm not gonna teach you that this is called a cylinder. I'm gonna obviously tell you this is a spring and make sure that you know this is a spring. But if you yourself want to refer to it as the cylindrical piece inside of the slide, then I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Because I'm not being a dickhead, and I'm not gonna act like you have to be 100% about the terminology, you know? As long as you know, though. You got to understand the difference of what I'm saying. As long as you know. If you don't, like, if you believe in your head that this is called the cylindrical piece, that is what you believe it is as knowledge, then no, that is incorrect. This is the spring. But if you know that this is the spring and you choose to refer to it as the cylindrical piece, then that, okay, that's what I'm saying. It's personal choice. And I mean, as far as how often should you clean your guns, because that is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. If you're gonna be, I guess, getting into firearms and learning about cleaning them and all of that, you also should probably learn how often should you clean your guns. Or the similar questions to that is a lot of people ask, like, oh, well, how often should I switch my mags or unload my mags? Should I store them fully loaded? Should I store them empty? I'm not giving legal advice here. So I'm gonna tell you to do whatever feels best for your situation. That's what I'm gonna tell you. If you stay in a tense neighborhood and you have altercations on the regular, and you know that if the altercation goes left, you won't have time to load a magazine. Do what's best for you. That's what I'm gonna say. Now we can talk about the benefits of, you know, storing your mag loaded versus unloaded, or regularly swapping the rounds in your magazine. Yes, there are plenty benefits to doing it, but I mean, I don't think anyone can define your schedule, because no one's living your lifestyle. That's how I feel. You know, how am I gonna tell you, hey, you should swap your mags out every 2 weeks and you should clean your guns twice a week? I don't know your schedule, brother. I don't know even where your mental space is at. I don't know if you feel like cleaning your guns that much, or if you even shoot your guns that much to where they need to be regularly cleaned. I mean, Guns that just sit and collect dust don't need as much cleaning as guns that get ran into the dirt on the regular. It's a difference. So I can't speak for you. I can't speak for you. I can give you a little bit of advice. I could give you maybe some know-how, but I can't tell you what to do. Keep in mind, I am an instructor. I am a licensed instructor, and I'm still telling you, a lot of this stuff is personal preference. Now, a lot of this stuff is also fundamentals, like things that you're going to learn that are never going to switch. You may learn new ways or different methods to do the exact same thing, but the fundamentals of what you're doing will never change. Example, gun safety. The rules to gun safety will never change, ever. They may expand, and you might be able to think of new rules that you might like to add personally, but I mean, they won't change. You should be keeping gun safety the same whenever you're handling a gun, no matter what age you are, no matter what type of gun it is, no matter if you just checked 20 minutes ago if the gun is clear. If you're going to pick it up and handle it after somebody else just handled it, after you sat it down and walked away from it, and you're no longer knowledgeable as to the state of the gun, check it. You should check it. You should clear it, keep it pointed in a safe direction. You know what I mean? It doesn't change. Same as like shooting. Once you learn the fundamentals of shooting, and you shape your shot, it won't change much. I'll say much because you can learn different things to add to your shot that may change it. You might change your stance or change your gripping or change where you put your finger when you pull the trigger. There's little things that you can tweak, but as far as the process that you go through when you shoot, it won't really change that much because it still heavily involves gun safety. And then the rest is just properly shooting a firearm. You know what I mean? It's that simple. It gets I'd say tedious once you start trying to keep up with everyone's know-how and everyone's say-so. That's when you start getting into the the area of doubt and thinking that you may not be good enough in a certain area or aspect of your craft. But it's all personal preference, man. If you watching YouTubers, the everything that they do has been shaped and crafted over the years. You know what I mean? It's all personal preference. Some of the things they were taught, some of the things they just decided, yeah, I like how this feels, and I'm just going to do this. And that just is what it is, you know what I mean? So my point is, with all of that, clean your gun how you want to clean your gun. That's what I'm saying. Now, is there a proper way to clean a firearm? Like just a standard? Yes. Should you probably just follow that and not deviate much from it? I mean, probably that would probably be smart, but for some people that isn't the way. Some people don't have access to bore cleaner and gun oil and all these different tools and attachments and fancy mats and gloves and stuff like that. So they make a way. So I mean, as long as it works, that's what I'm saying. As long as it works, get it done. Cool. We're gonna reassemble now, guys. Let me just finish the wipe down real quickly. Clean up my Amazon dot. Amazon dot is crazy, but hey, like I said, get it done. As long as it gets the job done, bro, get it done. It doesn't matter. People put too much judgment on the little parts and pieces. But then I always think of it like if it was your company, you would want somebody to give it a chance, right? So, I mean, what's the difference? Whether it's a $1,200 dot or a $60 dot. Does it work? Mm-hmm. Is it zeroed? Mm-hmm. Does it actually stay on under pressure? Mm-hmm. What's the problem? I don't get it. It's because it's not a Holocene or a whatever. Like, it doesn't matter, man. Do what you want. Build your gun how you want to build your gun. A lot of people come from Call of Duty, so I mean, their expectations of what a gun build is already just wild and crazy. Not to mention like the Halo fans and like Apex and all these different games that have just the craziest gun builds, and those are the people that are getting into the firearm scene. So you should expect crazy builds. I mean, people should be more open to just other people's builds and respect people's builds. But that's fantasy land, you know. Okay. We're gonna do the opposite of what we did in the beginning. We're gonna grab our barrel. Remember how we lifted up, pulled out, push in, drop down. See? And then it'll be, this is it not seated. You feel me? See that? You want to make sure it's seated. So you'll take your finger and just, you know, kind of push it down into place. Now it's not moving. It's seated. Your spring. There's a little end like this, and there's a flat end like this. You're going to take the nose, the little end, and put it into, oh, okay, see, unseated. We're going to put it into this little hole right there on the top. The barrel should be riding the bottom, so I mean, there should only be one place for it to go. Right in that hole, just like that. You're going to depress it while also pushing down on it. Remember how you got it out? Up and out. You do the opposite. You push in and down. Seated. There's no movement. There's no wiggle. There's no give. It's seated. You're going to take your lower. Since it is an M&P, you want to make sure your tab is down. You're going to align specifically these tabs right here. You see this tab on the side? See how it has a little groove on it? And it has the same thing on the opposite side. Now you see how on the back, that looks like it matches up with those grooves, doesn't it? Exactly. So you're going to take it and quite literally match it up. Can you see me matching it up? Match it up. Hold on now. Yep. Match it up. Pull it back. All the way back. See, it looks like it's seated. It's not. Keep pulling. You heard that? You hear that? All right. Go all the way back and lock it with your tab. Drop it. Do not drop the slide. Pull it, release the mag, release the slide stop, and then softly drop it. I'm gonna put it the same way I've been putting everything the whole video. You can drop the slide if you want to drop the slide. I'm saying don't drop the slide, because if you misaligned anything or it's improperly like put on and then you drop it, that could obviously damage things on the inside. So just to make sure everything's cool, I like to just softly, you feel me, let that thing back. And then clear, empty, trigger test. We good, you feel me? Now, I didn't butter this thing up. That's the last step of essentially cleaning your gun, because with the bore cleaner, you just cleaned all of the oil off of the inside. So, I mean, you need that back. So you gonna oil your gun up. Work it around, back and forth, back and forth. This is just working all of the metallic parts against each other. It's spreading the oil around. Work it around, work it around. And I mean, you see that thing dripping off the sides? You see that thing glistening like a cheeseburger? Oil down, you feel me? That's what you want, but you don't want all the excess oil. So what you're gonna do, take that same t-shirt and just dab it. Just dab it. Like the Migos said, just a little dab. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wipe, that could smear. Just dab it. Just dab it. It'll be off in no time. And I personally feel like the oil, it kind of, I don't know. It adds an extra little shine to the outside of the pistol. Like I'm saying, obviously don't rub it into the gun. That's not what I'm telling you to do. But I overcoat the inside of my gun to the point where it leaks to the outside of my gun so that I can then dab it off of the outside of my gun. And during that process, I feel like it just makes my gun look a little bit shinier. That's what I'm saying. Am I telling you to do that? No, not at all. It's not what I'm saying at all. It's my personal opinion. M&Ps take a little bit more rubbing than the Glocks do, but I will show y'all the process for Glocks next. It is literally almost the same, just a tad bit different. You don't use this tab right here. You don't use that tab right there. Put my 150 grain bullet back. Load them things up. And I'm obviously not gonna go hot in the house. Well, actually, yeah, we can. We're in a safe environment. See that? You see that? What you gonna do there? Drop the slide. Get that up out of there. Now let's examine the problem. What just happened? I would vote the bullet wasn't properly seated. That would be my vote. Not enough pressure on the slide. I'm not letting it go hard enough. It is a 10 millimeter, so I should probably stop treating it like a child, huh? Yeah. All right, let's move on to the Glocks. Or, well, a Glock. I already cleaned the Glock. This is my baby Glock, but I'm gonna pull out the actual baby Glock. 48, we go Glock 48 on them. You know what I mean. Let's make sure it's clear. It is not clear. Can you see that? Not clear, so get that up out of there. Bullet gone. Show clear, clear, empty. Now, if you get trained by the NRA to properly show clear, you actually got to stick your finger and everything in there. But, you know, y'all can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, y'all can see right through that thing. You know how to do the clamp hand? I'm going to teach you how to do the clamp hand. You know this? Make this, but put it on the back of your gun. Pause on that, because I know what that just looked like, but literally no. Take this and put it on the back of your gun. Now pull it. Tighten up the circle. See how it's doing that? See how it's like slightly pulling it back? That's all you want. That's all you need. Now to give yourself more assistance, especially on the guns that have front grooves, you can also push back while doing the clamp, and that'll give you more, but you don't need that much back. Now, do you see these little grooves on the side right here? There's one on the opposite side as well. See these little grooves? While you're doing the clamp hand, you're gonna wanna depress the grooves at the exact same time. Both of them. Pull them down, release, press the trigger. You heard that pop? That was your slide and everything. Release it. Now, pull it off. Separation. Now, you see how I said that was different than the other one right here? Because we use this tab right here. There's no tab on the Glocks. So it's a little bit different. And that's also what I was saying in the beginning with how some of the builds are gonna have you press the trigger. On this, I didn't have to press the trigger. All I had to do was lock it back and press the tab down. So that is why you always wanna make sure your guns are clear and unloaded before you get to cleaning them and breaking them down or even messing with them in general, honestly. If you're gonna pick up a gun, know what state it's in. Same process, pull up, back. I mean, it's like I said, it's almost the same process. Same thing. Up, back, out. That's your slide. This is your receiver, your frame, your lower, whatever you wish to call it. Same exact thing I said with the M&P. If you want to take the rest of this out, you're going to have to punch these pins, these little pins out, and take all of that out to micro clean it. But that's up to you, personal preference. I'll clean it because, I mean, we here, right? You might as well. Yeah. My little gremlin in the back, if y'all hear her. And yes, even though this is a different type of spring, you can still do the same cleaning method on it. I mean, clean it. Just clean it. Move a lot quicker on this one, you know, because I really don't got to explain much. It's the exact same process as the M&P, you know. And I mean, the more you clean your guns, the quicker you'll get with it. But you don't want to be fast when you're cleaning your guns. You want to be accurate. Because you don't want to go to the range and be trying to move with that same speed and urgency, and you don't notice something, or you misplace something, you load a mag wrong, or, you know, whatever it may be, because you were trying to be fast and an accident happens. Nobody wants that. So you don't want to be fast, you want to be accurate. That's the goal. You would think that's common sense, you know, considering these are guns. They create chaos extremely fast, hurt people extremely fast, and, you know, make decisions that can never be reversed extremely fast. It all happens very, very fast. So you'd think, why would you want to be quicker? I don't understand. You want to be quicker to create an accident or something. No, you want to be accurate so that you can make sure an accident doesn't happen. That's the goal. The thing with the gray slides, they're just not gonna look like they're clean, because I mean, even when I'm done and I sit this thing down, when I go to pick it up, the moisture off of my hands are going to show up on top of that gray slide. That's why I don't carry that gun like that, because I would like for it to continue looking pristine and not dirty. I don't want the gray to fade. Even when I take it to the range and I shoot it just a little bit over like 100 rounds, which isn't even a lot, that's nothing, that thing starts turning black, boy. I like to clean my mag wells as well, because why not? You want dust mites living in your mag well game? No, get them up out of here. The oil get crazy, but I'd rather have a lot of oil than none, because you can't run a dry gun. Repeat that again. Rather have a lot of oil than none, because you can't run a dry gun. Oil them things down when you get done cleaning them, because it is a necessity, not a recommendation. Same process, just reverse. Drop down, seat, make sure it's seated. You can push up to unseat it. Push it down, make sure it's seated. This one's a little bit different because it doesn't look the same as the Smith & Wesson, or even like a regular Glock spring. They don't look like this. It's kind of the same exact thing though. You got your flat end and you kind of have your nose. Your nose is just bigger than the flat end on this one. Well, it's not bigger than the flat end, but it's bigger than it looks on the other one. But it's the same exact thing. You put it in this upper cylinder right here. Push in and push down. Seat it. Gonna take the grooves right there, left and right, with the grooves on the back. And that looks like this. Okay, yeah, stop fighting me. That looks like this. It should be a clean motion all the way back. And what'll happen a lot of times, hold on, let me see if I can recreate it. Basically, this little pin right here, if the slide is like too much to the left or right, or if you're pushing down too much, it might hit the back plate. So just make sure it gets into this little square right there. There's a little square right there. Make sure it gets into that little square. As you can see, with me aggressively releasing the slide, it's not moving, so therefore it is in place. We can do a trigger check. There you go. But see, I told y'all, when I put it back together and I get to touching it, it's gonna get right back dirty. It just is what it is. That's the thing with the gray slides. It just is what it is. Gotta keep wiping this thing down. Even with clean hands, it don't matter. There you go. Nice wipe down, clean. And if I press it, you hear that? Hear how easy that is? Now I'm gonna do the same thing with the 40 I just cleaned. Hear how easy that is? I'll do the same thing with the 10 milli. Get that out of there. You hear how easy that is? All of these sound like they ready to go, right? They look clean, they look presentable, you don't see no rust on them. This is the state you want your firearms to be presented in. You don't want, well, I mean, that's me personally. I don't want people to come and see my collection or whatever, and they like, damn, why is all your guns crummy and like gummed up? And I mean, I can barely press check it because it got so much gum and debris inside of it. You know what I mean? Like, that, me personally, I do not want my collection looking like that. I would like to go to the range and just pick up any gun that I own, and I can, you feel me, get straight to action because I know that they're all cleaned, they're all oiled, and they've all been function tested. They've all been, you feel me, looked at on the insides. Like, Pay attention. Love your guns, man. Clean your guns, man. Oil your guns, man. It's no sense. I be hearing it all on the videos. What's all that noise? What is all that noise? Jesus. But yeah, we out.